Yo, yo, yo. What's going on, Chad? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I see yo, my Niji. I see yo. What's up, chat? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome back to the Hood to Hooded podcast. This is Dr. Cheapest Sunflower back with another live video. And yeah, as you can see from the title, they got money for war, but can't feed the poor. Tupac classic. Keep your head up. So ultimately, my message for you today, kings and queens, chiefs and chieftesses, melanated copper tone people of the world, kind people of the world, all mankind, and to the ancestors. How y'all feeling? Listen, my mood is bittersweet today because it's bitter because I am still like very emotional this week. Losing a friend. As you get older, you realize, damn, as I get older, people start to leave us, and it always feel like it's too soon. So yesterday, guys, I was listening to, I was just in my feelings again yesterday because my friend's homegoing was this week, and I was just in my feelings listening to my little Hood to Hooded playlist on Spotify because I got a playlist called Hood to Hooded with all of the songs from my childhood, from high school, from all of that. So I was just listening to my old playlist, right? And then Beyonce came on, and the tears just started rolling because me and my friend was like Beehive official. Me and T-Mac was Beehive up. And it just brought back memories of us going to the concert and it just being drama free, having so much fun. It was just crazy. You know, chilling in Atlanta with her and her cousin Sharika, going to the mall, and they both funny. So that really threw me for a loop losing my friend. So yesterday it was tough for me to go live. Right before I was going live, I was crying. I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not going live feeling like this. Good morning, Shakedown Brown. I like that name. How you feeling today, Shakedown Brown? Am I saying it right? So yeah, that's what has me in a bitter mood even today. But you know, with the consistency challenge, you have to push through. But yesterday, because I was feeling like this and this is all so fresh, I gave myself a little grace. So that's why I'm on this morning, to make up for all the yesterday when I was just really not the best. Beyonce came on and I finally broke down yesterday when the Beyonce came on. I was like, wow, I might not be able to listen to Beyonce the same because it's always going to remind me of me and my Beehive sis. You know what I mean? So that's what has me in a bitter mood today, guys. But bittersweet because I met my goal on Twitch. It is very difficult to grow on Twitch for me. Everybody's experience is different. It's been pretty much difficult for me to grow on most platforms. But 50 followers on Twitch was my goal, and I met that. Shakedown Brown, you probably one of my new followers. Welcome to my channel, the Hood to Hood podcast, where we, first of all, break generational curses by talking about things that are out of the norm and just, you know, they challenge your mental. We test a lot of theories and we talk about a lot of history that helps us break those generational curses. You saying it right. I'm feeling awesome. It's difficult for me too. Yeah, what's making it difficult for you, Shakedown Brown? So yeah, just hitting that goal on Twitch was tough. But I'm gonna give y'all a little secret on how I did it, because I ain't gonna even gatekeep you, because I realized this week. I've been going live on Twitch well, I started going live maybe 3 years ago, but I only went once that year, so technically that don't really count. I had that much anxiety, and the platform was just that new where I just did that one time, and I would come on for 5 minutes, and then I would turn that shit off. I was like, oh no, it was too intimidating coming in with nobody or to not have an audience. That's the biggest hurdle on Twitch. Last year I went like a couple times, very inconsistent, 3 or 4 times, just trying to learn the platform because it is a big learning curve on Twitch. But this year I said, no, no, no. I'm going to be consistent and actually dedicate to learning the platform and streaming and doing it because I love streaming, but, streaming is on a whole nother level, child. So what really helped me in not gatekeeping is Facebook groups. A lot of y'all on Twitch probably found me on the Facebook groups. So that's why, guys, promoting yourself, putting yourself out there, finding those Facebook groups, especially the Twitch Facebook groups, posting your Twitch name, especially if you don't have a following already on other platforms, especially like me, my followers aren't really active. My Facebook followers aren't active. People have the habit of just watching me and not really liking or commenting or engaging, which hurts me. I help them, I inspire them because they tell me, oh my God, you inspire me, you help me get through the day, but you guys hurt me when you don't like my shit, when you just watch me and you don't engage. So I'm telling my followers, especially on Facebook, any platforms, make sure you are engaging. If you are following content creators and people who inspire you, ghost following is okay, but just share it. It's free. If you can't support it monetarily, sharing is free, okay? And if you don't share my shit and you tell me that I inspire you, I'm gonna think that, like, dang, like, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, being straight up. Being consistent, and I have a full-time job that I work like 10 to 14 hours Monday through Friday. Wow, you are busy, busy, busy. Yeah, being consistent is hard. I'm a dentist, so I not only have a full-time job of being a dentist, but I run a dental practice. So I have an entrepreneur job, CEO, other things that I'm doing in life. And what I realized with consistency, which is why I started the consistency challenge, is that consistency, you can't have no excuses. That's the thing. And that's why I'm back on here today, even though I'm not feeling the best. Grieving is very, very tough. But you just have to stay positive and know why you're doing it for, know what you're doing it for, and keep your purpose in the forefront. If you like streaming, if you like content creation, then it's not going to be super hard. You're just going to find a way to do what you love. So I know I understand completely how you feel about that, being a full-time employee and a content creator. It can get tough, but that's why we have to be consistent. So on Twitch, I was doing this. I've been live consistently for about 2 months. I missed maybe 2 days. The first time, Mother's Day, it triggers me because my mom passed when I was 8. So every Mother's Day, every holiday for my mom, it just triggers me. And normally it triggers me into a deep, deep depression. But this time, because I was doing this challenge, I ended up taking actually a week off. And then I started this challenge over. And now I'm back on it again. And then I lost a very, very good friend about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks. So that just fucked me all up. I can't even lie. So streaming when you're going through things like this is tough. That's why challenging yourself and being consistent can be tough on your tough days. Can be tough on your tough days. Can be difficult on your tough days. Same words, but you get what I'm trying to say. So yeah, so that's why today is bittersweet, but I still had to come live and keep this momentum going and try to overcome the sadness, But yeah, I finally met my goal on Twitch after 2 months of streaming. This week, I discovered Facebook groups. Oh my goodness. Facebook groups are a hack, especially for new people who are trying to find an audience, really on any platform, probably. But those Facebook groups really will get you there. I was stuck at 4 followers on Twitch for a long time, and then I start engaging with other streams, and that kind of helped me grow a little bit. But really, the Facebook groups. People have been saying that they aren't really that active, but they help you meet the affiliate. So now I just have to reach one more goal, and then I will be monetized on Twitch. Okay, like that's freaking awesome. So thank you to all of my new Twitch followers. I do follow back, so make sure you follow me on Twitch. And if I haven't followed you yet, I will get to it. As long as your page isn't weird. Long as it's not weird or like hypersexualized or just, we might clash then. But yeah, so that's why I'm having a bittersweet morning. But despite my bittersweet feeling, how y'all doing today? Enough about me. How y'all feeling today out there in the world? As you can see from this title, man, we're gonna talk about, just gonna touch a little bit. Well, before we touch on that, did you brush your floss your teeth today? That's gonna be important. Okay, it's Saturday. Get up with the fresh breath, brush your teeth, floss your teeth before you hop on the socials, brush your tongue, get your keys with the fresh breath. Don't go all day on a Saturday, not on a Saturday with the poo poo mouth. Do not go Saturday with no poo poo mouth talking in people's face. Okay? So we want to first get that in check, because you already know every day you skip, you allowing bacteria to destroy your teeth. The acid, the calculus, plaque, all of that stuff destroying your teeth. So get that stuff off, and then we can start the conversation. Drink you some water and get into your zen, because we're gonna have a good Saturday today. Okay? Hey, the last one left. How you feeling today? So yeah, man, I have been paying attention, y'all, to what's going on, especially on TikTok. The people on TikTok, the copper tone, the melanated people on TikTok is funny as hell. I done seen so many skits about Iran. We ain't scared of you. All kind of shit on TikTok. TikTok is unlike any other app. They let a lot of shit go on TikTok, and I just be like, what? It's funny, but it ain't funny. War is never funny. But, my people gonna make a joke out of pretty much everything. We just like that. We just like to laugh at our pain, and we gonna involve comedy in everything. All is well. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain. I woke up this morning. The sun is out. I'm looking forward to a beautiful day. I had a tough week grieving the loss of one of my close friends. So I just been thinking about that pretty heavy. And I can't even listen to Beyonce like I used to without thinking about my homie, at least for now. And I didn't realize that till last night. I love the title of the video, Classic Tupac Bar. Exactly. It's crazy how Tupac would have been, I think, 54 years old when he dropped this. Well, not when he dropped this, but he would have been 54 years old around that age. And this bar hit so hard right now. They got money for war, billions. They always got money for everything but the poor here. They got money for the poor in other countries. They got money for war all the time. No matter when the war pop off, they got the funds ready. But when it comes to feeding the poor, when it comes to, repaying the needy, when it comes to doing right by this country, it's a no. It's a no. You wouldn't believe how many countries have free health care. Okay? For all the citizens. A lot of them have free education, even through college. They don't have all these taxes and shit. So true. They'll send billions of dollars to all of these countries. I mean, just name one. It ain't if they did it, it's how many million, how many billion did they send? But here, they're cutting off vital services, especially for the elderly. Now, y'all know the baby boomers are getting older, so a lot of our elders are getting older, and these elders are having to work past 60, some of them 70. I have a patient who's working and he's in his 80s. I'm like, sir, when are you going to slow down? Half of them don't want to slow down, but I feel like a lot of them don't slow down because they can't slow down. I have patients who are set for retirement. They're like, I can't retire anymore because of what's going on with the economy. They're scared because things are being stripped. This especially in America. America is causing an uproar globally. Trillions of dollars spent on war. Canada, right? Trillions of dollars spent on war, but here the homeless population is soaring. People are living in the storage. People are sleeping in their cars. They're locking people up for being homeless. They made laws for this shit. This is the America that we live in today. Money for war, but you can't feed the poor. Obviously, this is when Tupac was around. This was before Tupac, and it will continue to happen as long as this government, moves this way. And now, I mean, Trump. I mean, he is really making 2025 go down in history. I mean, all the years go down in history, but you get what I'm saying. Like, ever since he stepped in office in January, he have just been with the shits. Like, he been totally with the shits. Like, he just been doing everything under the sun. Banning travel. Doing tariffs. Fucking with TikTok. I mean, he just got his hands on everything just like a dictator. He's a modern day Hitler. The only thing he ain't doing, and I don't know if he tried to get into this war, we can't even say that no more, but, he's like a modern day Hitler. Mentally. Not so much physically yet, but definitely mentally. And it's just baffling because Trump parents come from Germany and Scotland, and he's here doing all of these things. That's the part that get me, my Niji. I have a homeless uncle that will go to jail just to have a home and a meal. It's crazy. I seen a video the other day. This was so disturbing. Of one of my, now I don't know this person, but he was copper tone, melanated, young Niji, aka African American. Man, he had just got out of prison. I'm not sure how long he had been in prison, but it was a YouTube video, like a reaction video. And he was like, when I got out, I guess he moved in with his girlfriend. And it's all cute when y'all be in jail, and when they be in jail and you're long distance from jail until he got out. He got out, was living with this girl for a couple weeks. I guess she was like, hey, you need to get a job. Because nobody this is in jail. Like, you can't just sleep and eat and shit for free. So she wanted him to get a job, and he was like, man, I just want to go back to prison. I want to go back to prison because it's aggravating. I keep getting aggravated. I don't want to go to work. In prison, I eat for free. I sleep for free. I just want to go. He just wanted to go back to prison. He's like, I just want to go find a crime to do so I can go back to prison. Yeah. And then you think about the people who are homeless. They're like, homeless or go to prison where I can have a hot meal, where I can have a cot, where I can have a roof over my head. Not a good idea to think like this, guys. I'm not pushing this. I'm just talking about the state of people right now. It's all fucked up right now. The state that people are in. Some people's mental. Now, me coming from, this is my disclaimer. I am a dentist. I am a doctor, but I've been homeless 2 or 3 times in my life. Not homeless where I was just doing nothing. Homeless on a road to a doctoral degree, where I had to rely on a couple key people to kind of help me push through that. One of the most difficult times in my life. Homeless in Brooklyn, New York City. See this city right here? I was homeless there. As a doctor, going into the hospital, sleeping in the car, showering at the gym, like that type of shit. People always look at me, oh, you had it made. No, no, no. I come from hood to hood. I mean that shit. I stand by it and I walk on it. Nothing in life is easy. In Nashville, when I was in Nashville, Tennessee, I went homeless right after I graduated because I was sick. And I don't tell these stories for sympathy. I tell these stories to let people know it's hard as hell out here. You know, that was the song, it's hard out here for when you're trying to get the money for the rent with the and cash money spent. Got a whole lot of just jumping. Right. Morning, making my rounds through people's system. Hey, TTV, see ya. I'm gonna have to come and check y'all out. I like that, making your rounds through the Twitch world. Thank you for checking in. Hello. Shout out to Brooklyn. Right. Brooklyn is like my third home. Nashville, my second home. Tallahassee, Florida, my first home. And then where I'm at now is my fourth. I was homeless in Mississippi. Wow. Homelessness it will grow you up real quick. Being homeless is no joke. It's no joke. The thing for me, I was homeless on a mission to where I am now. A couple years ago, I was homeless. Now I'm a dental practice owner. Now I run my own business, which is also fucking hard. Now that's hard as hell too. Like nothing in life is easy. That's the one thing that I'm learning as I get older, is that nothing in life is easy. Whether you want to be a content creator, whether you want to be a doctor, whether you want to be an engineer, whether you want to just be somebody who's going to work, it's not going to be easy. Whether you want to work a 9 to 5, all of these things have different levels of requirements. Whether you want to be this famous rapper, it is not easy to get up, to make rhymes, to practice those rhymes, to record them, to make the video. It look easy when the video done, but think about how much goes into preparing for these things, any level. So homelessness is there, and if you go on YouTube, you'll see all the people just going homeless, and it's becoming like the norm. I have YouTube videos of when I was sleeping in the car in Brooklyn. You know, my colleagues didn't know, the other doctors didn't know that I was homeless, my patients didn't know. But it was one of the most trying experiences of my life that I will never forget. It definitely made me who I am, and it is definitely a part of my story that I will continue to talk about, not because of sympathy, but because I know other people out there are going through the same thing, and they give up, and then they had a mindset, well, I just go back to jail. I didn't have that mindset. Hell no, I ain't never been to jail. I don't want to go to jail. Leave me the hell alone, jail. My mindset was, I'm homeless now, but I'm doing this for a purpose. I'm homeless with a purpose because I need to save, because I don't have the family to just cater to me and pamper me and make sure I'm straight, you know. I did have a couple people, like I said, key people, they know who they are, but without these people, I would not be here. Without them, I wouldn't be here. So you will have some people who you could just, you know, they help you get through those little gaps where you're like, this is hard, but I'm going to keep going. And when I was homeless, believe it or not, I never had the mindset to be like, you know what, I'm just going to quit this shit and go home. Even when I was Nashville homeless and sick out of my mind, I mean, I was crying for my dream, fighting for my dream. Never with the mindset to give up. When I came to New York City, I didn't have the funds to do it. I'm just a fucking crazy, delusional ass person who believe in myself like that. I came to New York, they said, you could stay in Nashville. It'd be so much easier in Nashville, but I had my heart set on a Big Apple, baby. I was like, what? Ever since I was a little girl, I wanted to go to New York. Now that I had an opportunity to go to New York without even applying, just because of my resume, just because of the work that I've done for myself, they was mentioning my names in rooms when I wasn't there. I had this opportunity, even though I don't have all the money that I need, even though I don't have all the support that I need, I'm out of here. And I came to New York. Now, some people might be like, well, that might be a bad idea or a good idea. You could have stayed in Nashville and tried to work that shit out. Why would you go to New York, you know, like that? But it worked out, and I ended up, it was just expensive. In some kind of way, homelessness crept in, and it was the best situation for that point. Sometimes homelessness, without the rent, without all the bills attached to you, sometimes that shit, it will give you a chance to think. It gives you so much time to think without having to worry about so much, honestly. It can be a blessing in disguise if you don't use it as, well, I'm just quitting and I'm going to jail. I'm just going, no, no, no. Think of you a business. What can you do? I used to do hair in Nashville, right? And one of my clients, they was on the verge, her mom was on the verge of going homeless. She started baking cookies, selling them to the people on the block, and by the time I was doing her hair, her mom was a millionaire from these cookies. No joke. Her mom was a millionaire from selling cookies at a moment of distress. So even though the government might not have money they have the money for war. They can feed the poor. They just don't fucking want to. But when you in these binds and we know how the government is, we know how the world is moving, now is the time to like not give up on yourself. Even though it looks like it is super tough, it's the time to really tune into who you are. To tune into your greatness. To tap into the magic that is the relentless ability to keep pushing through your difficult days. Listen to me. I came from a life where people counted me out. They counted me out. Not having your mom is gone. She's been gone since I was 8, so that defense system is gone. I don't have my mom defending for me. My dad, he's, living his life, attacked by the system, all these things. He's not around as a child. You got to rely on what's inside of you, your passion, your purpose. Because the government don't give a damn. I know people think they give a damn. The Latin population, the Mexican population thought that the government gave a damn, so a lot of them voted for Trump, and he ended up backstabbing them. This is the one thing about government. When you start believing in the government, that they're going to help you, that they're not doing anything to really help. They're doing everything to try to divert money to things that they want to do, to their rich buddies. They're taking away food stamps, taking away housing, taking away all of these things without a plan. A lot of us grew up with Section 8. A lot of us grew up from food stamps. Y'all remember the paper food stamps? Y'all remember the paper food stamps if you in America. If you're not in America, you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But, that's how we had to overcome things. But just to see a government who sends money, trillions of dollars, billions of dollars, since they've been in office 400 plus years, they never had money really to feed the poor. And it's just sad. It's just really sad. I mean, this government is getting to a place where, they're like despicable. They're like the laughing stock of the world now. But Niji on the rise. Like, if you don't know what a Niji is a copper tone melanated person from Turtle Island. Niji is kind of like the opposite of N-I-G-G. But it taps into your real identity. If you don't know who you are, you call yourself an N-I-double-G-A. But when you know who you are, you call yourself an N-double-I-J-I. Tap into it. Clock that T. You don't know what I'm talking about, you gotta know who you are. I grew up on food stamps in Section 8. Me too. I grew up in the projects of Tallahassee, Florida. I've lived in several projects in Tallahassee, Florida. And even if I wasn't in the projects, I was still in an environment where there were drug dealers around. There was poverty around. A lot of the people were underserved. The government set it up so you could make it out. I'm really just like a miracle, and I really feel like the Creator just pushed me through, because a lot of the situations I was put in, it wasn't like my choice. It was just people pushing me to do more, because they saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. My mom pushed me to be a doctor from 5 years old. She said, "You're gonna be a doctor." 5, 6 years old. She saw that in me then, but I didn't see that in me. By the time I was a teenager, I thought, hell, I knew that I was smart. I kept pushing in school, but I still had that outside hood shit. I still got it in me. People are, listen, I had to go through school, so of course, I learned how to grow, communicate with people, be in rooms with people who don't look like me, run dental offices with the staff who's all Caucasian, the patients all Caucasian, and I'm the only melanated person, and constantly hearing, "You're the doctor? You're not the assistant?" No, bitch, I'm the doctor. I'm the doctor here. I'm calling the shots here. You deal with that. Even people, they like, even some of my people, some of the Niji, they say, "Dang, you a doctor? I've never seen a black doctor," because they always say black. I never seen a black doctor. I get this all the time. People who 60, 70, 80, never seen one. A black dentist, especially. So when I made it through, I'm like, yeah, I have a purpose to be here. I have to go back to the people who come from Section 8, who come from the hood, and let them know, hey guys, we can make it. If I don't have any other purpose on this earth, is to let people know that we can make it. You know, we can make it out of the Section 8, out of the poverty. Don't let the system hold you down. Don't be talking about you want to go back to jail and shit. When you go back to jail, guess what? It keeps somebody else a millionaire. Or you just laying down, you think it ain't doing nothing. You think it is free. It's costing you your mental health. It's costing you your time. It's costing you everything. You just laying down and saying, you know what, I give up. I need the government to take care of me. I want to be confined to these four walls because I can't take care of myself. I can't think for myself. I can't go out and create a product and think for myself. I can't get on YouTube and just tell my story about how the hell I got locked up and what's wrong and make me some money. I can't do that. I want to just sit in jail because I don't want to go and be a man. The fuck? This is the state of the world. So inspiring. Thank you. Yeah, that'd be like, you the doctor? Yes, I'm the doctor, mother. But you know you gotta be polite. Yes, I'm the doctor. Yes, I'm the doctor. Then they fall in love because I'm a damn good doctor. I went to the Meharry Medical College, and they be like, you taking the blood pressure? Yes, I'm taking your blood pressure because you won't stroke out on me in this office. You giving me sunglasses, the simple things. But that's a whole nother story about the doctor. But yeah, that's the way of the world. People don't believe who you are. You gotta show them who you are. A lot of times you gotta overprove to them who you are. But I don't do no overproving. I let the degree talk. I let the degree talk. Where is that? Wrong direction. I let it talk. And you just can't ever give up on yourself. So yeah, they got money for war, and they can't feed the poor. This is all by design. All by design. People say, well, what about reparations? They not giving no reparations, guys. Do you know that once you know who you are, first of all, this goes a little deep. Once you realize you're indigenous to Turtle Island, you do your genealogy. You got to start there. If you don't know about genealogy, I feel like that should be my next stream. It's like genealogy and the importance of it. Especially if you come from the hood, because you probably really royalty. You know what I'm saying? Let it talk, baby. You probably royalty. So you got to know who you are. And if you don't know who you are, you're going to be forever lost. Forever lost. And we can't have that. If my doctor isn't black, I keep my eyes on them. Clock that T. Because they don't give up sometimes. They don't. My first experience of being a dentist in the real world. Because you know, Meharry, that's pretty much all copper tone, melanated, Niji, black. You know, it's the HBCU. All my classmates pretty much look like me. Most of them, you know, they look like me. When I went to the Brooklyn Hospital, my director was also a Meharian, so he looked like me. But when I got out into the real world, I was like, damn, a lot of the dentists don't look like me. We actually the 3% in this bitch. There's only 2 to 3% of us. Out of all the dentists, this is how much they keep us out. And it's actually on the decline because a lot of children don't want to go to these difficult careers. They're like, I don't have 12 years or 8 years to dedicate to this. I'm going to go be a streamer. I don't want to. But who going to take care of the teeth around here? Somebody has to take care of our teeth, guys. Like, somebody got to do it.
Because like you said, if your doctor isn't black and you're black, it brings a little bit of anxiety there because you're not sure if they're really going to do you right. And it ain't that we don't think that they can't do their job, but you see a lot of these scenarios where they give melanated people a little bit less quality because they've been raised on racism and white supremacy. So you really do gotta watch your back. My thing is, I'm a doctor, and sometimes I don't trust doctors. In dental school, I could have lost my life trusting a doctor from giving me a medicine that was chemo and not telling me that it was chemo because it was marketed for something else. And I took this shit, and I could have died. Not only did I take it once, I took it twice, and the second time I really could have been gone. That's why I say I'm here for a reason. I don't know who needs my message. Who out there is feeling lost? Who out there is feeling like, damn, I came from nothing, I can't be nothing? Don't you ever feel like that. Because you was already born great. You was already born with it in your DNA, but history will tell you that you came from nothing, so you are nothing. This is why it's important to never let the enemy tell you who you are, to know who you are, and don't be afraid of that shit. A lot of people have a colonized mindset, so they just follow the mass. They follow the crowd when it comes to knowledge, when it comes to wisdom, when it comes to who they are. Like I asked a family member this week, I say, I'm trying to explain to them the family tree and all the things that I find, right? And they was like, well, I don't know nothing about it. I just know that about slaves, and I say, you know about that, but I know who your third great grandfather is. He was not that. So people will say that they're this without evidence. My thing is, if you do come from just the history of a slave on a boat from Africa, at least have some evidence. Before you go that deep, do your genealogy. It will connect you to who you truly are so that you can unlock the curse. Without doing that, you'll be forever lost, feeling like a N-I-double-G-A, ready to go back to prison. Not even ready to stand up for yourself because you've been broken. The whole thing when Christopher Columbus came over here, and I know I'm getting into the meat of this because I did a lot of reading and I'm still learning. I'm new in this Nietzsche life. I'm new in this life of knowing who the hell I am and knowing who my great ancestors are. Just from reading and doing research. If you don't know who you are, you're going to be forever lost. We built cities with our own dentist office. Yes! Talk that talk. Clock that T. We had our own dental offices, newspapers, engineers, hospitals, pharmacies, schools, all of that. But guess what? The government got money for war. Even on its own land, they did bombings, massacres, Wall Street, Seneca, all of these places they attacked. They got money for war, but can't feed the who? The poor. And even if you wasn't poor, if you was wealthier than, the Caucasian counterparts, they would bomb that shit. Yeah. It's sad where we live in. My first question, why the dental want to take my wisdom teeth out so bad? They don't give me no problems. That's a good question. We are Native Americans. Yeah, we are American Indian. See, Native American, that name ties to Mongolian ancestry. That's why we call ourselves Niji, American Indian, but really we're autochthonous. So that means of this soil, because all these names you can get lost in the sauce because they changed the names so bad. What it really means is, melanated people were the original people. But back to your question about why the dentists want to take your wisdom teeth out so bad and they don't give you no problems. Sometimes on the x-ray, if they're growing in horizontal like a train, this could pose problems in the future. Or if they have cavities, sometimes cavities don't hurt and maybe they want to take them out before they hurt. And sometimes they just want to make a couple dollars because, people expect to have the wisdom teeth taken out. I had all four of my wisdom teeth taken out at about like 26 years old, but only because they were bothering me. They were starting to grow in and I would get a little ache and it would go away. So I just got them taken out. But if they're not bothering you, it is your mouth. You don't have to take them out. I would ask the dentist, why do you want to take them out? Versus wondering, ask them, hey, why do you want to take them out so bad? Like, do they have cavities? Ask them that first. Are they growing in wrong? Are they posing like issues to my alignment? Because if they grow in, like a train, they can mess up your alignment and they can cause your teeth to crowd. So my teeth were growing in like a train, like instead of growing up like this, you know how teeth grow up, mine were growing in like this towards the front teeth and pushing on those teeth. So I had to get them out because they were crowding. So I have a little crowding down here, just a smidget of crowding. So I took them out. How was that experience? I got laughing gas, and the laughing gas had me like laughing hard as hell. So I'm a lightweight with laughing gas, but it was a lot of pressure, and afterwards it was very swollen and sore. Like my whole face was swollen, and the bloody smell, and it was just like, what the hell? But I wasn't a dentist when this happened. I wasn't even in dental school when I got my wisdom teeth taken out, so I didn't know. So it all depends on what they found in your x-rays and the diagnosis. Now, if they don't bother you, they don't have any cavities, they're growing in, you have enough space for them, they're not crowding your teeth, none of these issues, then you can keep your wisdom teeth. Like, you don't have to take them out. It's just most people don't have enough space for their wisdom teeth. It's very rarely that I will find patients who do have enough space. When they do, I'm like, whoa, you got enough space. It's kind of like shocking. But most people do have issues. And even if you have like a flap of tissue over the wisdom teeth as they're growing in, you could get pericoronitis, which is like inflammation of that area, which can be painful. Food can get impacted back there and cause decay. So maybe they're doing it as a prevention method, or at the end of the day they could just want to make a couple dollars. Hopefully it's not that reason, but ultimately you have the control on if they take them out or not. I would definitely ask them, hey, why the hell you want to take my teeth out? And I'm the type of dentist, I want to make sure I explain everything, because I don't need to be taking nothing out and you like, why you took that out? That wasn't bothering me. I need to know why you make sure you know why I'm taking it out. Make sure you sign the consent form and make sure you're ready. Because if you're not ready, I'm not touching it. I'm not. And another thing, Shakedown Brown, you can always get a second opinion. So many people just go to the dentist, they have fear, the dentist does something they don't like, and instead of going to get a second opinion, they just follow through with that first dentist diagnosis. Okay? What you'll find in the world of dentistry is all dentists are different. We went to different schools, we have different training, we have different levels of skills. If it's a general dentist, you know, maybe they don't know, maybe you need to go to a specialist to get a second opinion if you really don't want to take them out, because they're your teeth at the end of the day, and they don't come back once you take them out. They don't. And I know that was a long drawn out answer, but I want to make sure I answer that question for you. But back to what we are talking about with money for war became feed the poor and not giving up on yourself. And somebody said earlier that we built the cities with our own dentist offices. Right, we had all these things. Black Wall Street, Niji Wall Street, had all of the things that they have now. It was just like amazing. And the dollar circled around the community for months. It stayed in the community. Until this day, nobody has been, no community, white, Asian, Japanese, none of the communities here have been able to break that record of keeping the dollar in the community for months. Now the dollar stays in the Caucasian community like 20 something days, but in our community, because of all of the systemic oppression, the white supremacy, the inequality, the redlining, the racial reclassification, all of these different things that target the needy, now our dollar only lasts a couple hours. Then we have to give it away to pay a bill, or give it away. We give it away on Jordans, or we give it away here. We don't circulate it. When you circulate the dollar, this means that you're spending it with someone else in your community that looks like you. That means, like you said, if I'm a black person or a Niji, y'all find me saying it because I don't identify as black, but I used to. Now I know who I am, so I'm Niji, so you get it. But that's like you said, I don't go to if my dentist isn't black, I keep my eye on them. So when you go and support that melanated copper tone dentist, you're keeping the money in the community. If I go and take that same dollar and I support this maybe melanated restaurant, I'm keeping it in the community. And then they go and they spend the money they deposit it into a melanated bank. This is how it circulates. And if when we had these communities where all of these businesses were Niji, melanated, they're all in the same vicinity, you can see how the dollar just circulates with each other. They got jealous of this and had to go and shut that shit down, which they tend to do. If you don't like something, the government don't like something, they shut it down. So they don't have money to feed the poor, but they do have money to start war, even on their own soil. They don't like to talk about this in history. They don't like to talk about these things in history. But this is a part of history, and it's something that you can't just, oh, that was in the past. No, because what's in the past led to what's going on now. Y'all still with the shit. Y'all still trying to start war in another country, send our troops to another country to do something we don't have nothing to do with. But the thing is, they probably done sent money to this country before. They probably allies and shit like that. But Trump has been getting us involved with things that have, maybe they have something to do with us in a secret government way that we don't know about as regular people. So we like, what the hell? What the helly? What the heliante are y'all doing? 2 weeks to decide if you want to go to war. I'm not surprised by nothing in this country anymore. I don't feel like any of these atrocities or any of these the talks about war and terrorists, all this stuff is going to be over. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't think war is the answer, though. I just don't think that's the answer. What the hell is sending troops over here? Over there, using military forces? Some people are going to lose their sons and daughters, and these people are going to be away from their families for what? Y'all just sent the troops to California on your own soil. Like, what is going on? I feel like Trump acting like this is his personal army. Like, when he get mad, I'm going to send y'all here. When I get mad, I'm going to send y'all here. It's not meant to be that way. It's meant to protect the country, not fucking start conflicts all over the world. Now the people can't even, I don't know, we can't even go one day without drama, without BS, without this guy. Like, it's always something. Every day I look on, I don't even watch the news, but every day I'm strolling, because in America you're bound to find this information. Every day I'm strolling, I see these things. War. I'm like, World War III? Like, you can't make this shit up. I'm hoping and praying that he just come to his senses, which he hasn't had a track record of doing, and say, you know what, we don't need to get involved in that. Because if he does say he's gonna go to war, like, I don't know. America is definitely on the decline, my Niji. That's why it's so important for you not to give up on yourself during this time. You gotta be so strong during this time and keep your mental so clear and start connecting with your people. Granted, everybody ain't use discernment, connecting with your tribe, getting your emergency stuff together. It's just so much going on. Canada, somebody mentioned Canada earlier. Them threatening to turn off the electricity. All these things, like, I don't know. I feel like American government time is up. I feel like their time need to be up. It should have been up. It need to be up. Trump is acting like a dictator, and I'm not here for it. And that's why our good brother Tupac was right. He was right. Keep your head up. That was his message in that song. They got money for war. They're doing all these atrocities. Making all of these laws, making people feel like they'd rather be in jail. People going homeless. Grocery prices are high. It's bills every second you wake up. It's a new bill in your life. So it's like, what is going on? But Tupac told us best. Keep your head up. So if you don't get nothing else from this live today, it's to keep your motherfucking head up. Head up, shoulders high, never quitting on yourself. Be a man about it, be a woman about it. Don't let no government, no system make you feel like you just worthless where you just want to go and sleep in jail all day. Fuck out of here. Like, what? That should never be your goal, to go to jail. If you talking about, first of all, I repeat this multiple times on this podcast, only 3% of people have clear written goals. 3%. Just like dentists, you see only 3% of dentists are melanated. Only 3% of people have clear written goals. Only 3%. I'm not talking about a goal to go to jail. That ain't no goal. That's not a goal. That's fucking psychotic. I know you think it makes sense. Oh, well, I ain't got no money. I just rather go here. They can feed me. They can. Do you realize how systemized you are? Do you realize how colonized you are? To want to go and have somebody control you like a baby all day. To lay in prison and not live your life. Not be a man. Not be able to go around the world, see the ocean, ride the Niagara Falls, just to do some free shit. You ain't even got to have a lot of money to do some of this stuff. Just to see the land and smell the fresh air. Like, what? Are you crazy? But it's the mindset. They have a lot of us tricked up in this system. That's the purpose of the legal system. To break the spirit. Christopher Columbus came over here. He said, wow, they don't know murder. They don't know evil. They don't know these things. We have to break their spirit. His whole goal, even in 1492, the 1400s, when Christopher Columbus came down there to the Bahamas area, because he wasn't even in America. That was a lie. But that's a story for another day. You got to go read the Christopher Columbus journal. If you're going to read the Bible, make sure you read Christopher Columbus journal. It ain't going to take that long. Probably take you a couple weeks because it's very, very long, but read that journal. I mentally write my goals down. They are always in my mind. That's awesome. In order for me to become a doctor, or to even my goals now, I have to write them down. And mentally you can have them too, but in college, I would write my goals down every semester. Like, what classes I want to take, what GPA I wanted to get, what grade I wanted to have, what schools I wanted to apply for, what cities I thought would be cool. It's just like a constant process. When you're trying to be successful, it's not easy. And a lot of people get out and they think success is easy. No, it's actually the opposite. When you want to be successful and you didn't come from a legacy, you didn't come from a silver spoon, as they say. People like to say, oh, you came from a silver spoon. No, get it out of your head. When you didn't come from legacy, you didn't come from a silver spoon. You came from a disadvantaged background, food stamps, projects. This little recipe, your success path is going to be hard as hell. But don't let that stop you. Don't let that break you. You got to be like, okay, I know this shit going to be hard, but I'm still going to do it. People say, oh, it's going to be hard being a doctor. I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to do what I want to do with my life. I'm not going to do what a colonizer want me to do with my life. I'm not going to do what the jail system want me to do with my life. I'm going to do what I want to do with my life. And if you want to live your best life, you got to bet on yourself. You can't be betting on, a free lunch. You can't be betting on that. That ain't going to get you nowhere, because once you get out, you got to go and do another crime and do this your whole life. So this is your life plan. To never see shit but some bars. And have somebody telling you what the hell to do. And what time to eat. And what time to go to sleep. You know what that is? That's called... That means you've been programmed. You've been so programmed that your spirit, your soul is gone out of your body. You can't even think straight no more. You can't even write your goals down. You can't even think about your goals. You don't even have no goals. Your goal is just to be a nothing. My Niji. So don't you ever let the system, the government break your spirit down so bad where you just quit on yourself and you speak these things out of your mouth. Because what you speak, you are. What you think, you are. What you hear, you are. That's why you got to see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. So stop watching all this BS with people who don't have no goals, people who don't have no dreams, people who don't have no purpose, people who don't have nothing in their environment that is helping them advance and give them a quality of life so they can take care of their kids, so they can take care of themselves, people who don't have shit going on, but a mindset to just be in prison forever. Mentally, they just, even when they get out of jail, they just got the chains and the shackles still in their brain. That's what That's what colonization does for you. That's what thinking that you came from a history of nothing does for you. When you all you gotta do is do your genealogy. All you gotta do is research who you are.
I thought you wanted to go somewhere.
Huh?
I thought you wanted to go somewhere.
You wanna go somewhere?
I thought you did.
I couldn't think of nowhere to go.
Oh.
Never let the system tell you who you are.
Yes.
Talking about you want to go back to jail just for a free lunch and a bed. Psychotic.
Oh, sorry, you're talking.
You finna go? Huh?
I'm chilling.
I don't know where to go though.
I don't want to stop you. Go ahead, you in your flow.
I'm in my flow.
Yeah. the hoodie, baby. Don't let them take you back to jail for no food and no pot.
No food in cots. No. So yeah, never let them break your spirit down. Like what? You gotta know who you are. You better stand on business about yourself. Yes, it's gonna be hard. Again, anything that's worth having in your life, anything that's worth having in your life, I don't care what it is not going to be easy. Once you know this, you will approach life a little bit more different. Once I realized, okay, I came from poverty, I don't really have my parents here to kind of guide me, I'm going to have to really work overtime. I'm going to have to go to college full time and work 2-3 jobs at some time. I'm going to have to go to college, get a work study job, have a weekend job, and a night job to become a doctor. But I'm going to have to do this. If I don't do this, then I'm gonna fall to the wayside. So people outside looking in, they're like, oh my gosh, she had no, nothing was easy. My mindset just different. And it's still gonna be different. If I fail at everything today, guess what I'm gonna do tomorrow? Get back up and try again. I'm not gonna say, well, I failed, so let me go and do a crime and just let them just control my life. You sound fucking crazy. Even if you say, you know what, I don't want to follow my dreams, I'm just going to work this job I hate forever, with no plan, with no dream, nothing. Do you know how powerful you are? Something as simple as baking cookies can get you out of poverty. Baking cookies. Where you get the recipe from? Google. You tweak it to make it your own, and you bake cookies. My hometown, I don't know if y'all heard of Famous Amos, but he came from Tallahassee. He did move away later, but he was in my hometown. Baked cookies. Now I'm still eating these cookies, and this man is gone. Some of the best cookies ever. I ordered something from Walmart the other day. I ordered some Famous Amos because I'm, stress eating, I guess. I ordered Famous Amos because my Aunt Linda, she used to always have these at her house on the weekend. We used to go there. It's like a little retreat on the weekend as kids. And she would have the Famous Amos. I didn't know that this man was from my hometown and that he had them blew up this big from selling cookies. Cookies, the same cookies that I'm eating right now. Famous Amos. Walmart, I ordered the delivery and they brought me some Chips Ahoy instead of my Famous Amos one day. I'm like, what? Because I forgot to put, don't replace it if you don't have these, because they didn't have the Famous Amos. And I'm like, these ain't Famous Amos. They still in there. I can't eat these. Where's my Famous Amos? So basically, Famous Amos became famous from selling cookies. He got out of the same place that I'm from selling cookies. A black man, a Niji, a melanated man. You can make it out of the hood selling cookies. You can make it out of the hood being a plumber. You can make it out of the hood doing window tinting. You can make it out of the hood doing anything your brain possesses you to do, as long as you become a what? A boss. A boss. Some people can't be a boss. If you don't want to be a boss, you got to do something that you love regardless. Don't spend no more time on this earth, no more time in your life doing shit you don't like doing. Working for people who don't respect you. Working for jobs that threaten you to take off with your family. Working for people who don't give a damn about your time. You want to go on vacation, they like, well, I'm going to fire you. So now you scared to go and have a little freedom and peace and get your mind together because your job going to fire you. I had a job like that. They was like, well, you don't show up bye, bitch. You will not threaten me. I know my value. That's the difference. If you don't know your value, you don't know your worth, you'll let people threaten you into situations. Now you showing up while they're over there in Italy. with their family all year, but you don't show up for one day. Now they want to let you go. Guess why? Because it's a whole bunch of more people who have that crash out mentality, who have that I don't give a fuck about my life mentality, that they gonna take your spot. So now you scared. How about not moving like that? How about moving in a direction where I'm gonna use this job to level up? I'm gonna use this job, like somebody said earlier, I got this full-time job. I might not like it. I'm gonna do this streaming on the side. Look at me. I'm a dentist, but I do streaming on the side. I do a lot of things on the side because I can't be tied down. I'm a creative being. You're a creative being, but if they shut off your creativity, they shut off your light, now you ain't a nothing. Now you just a slave mentality. Now you just, I work for everything I have. Nothing was passed down to me, period. Everything. Nothing is passed down. Nothing. That's called breaking the generational curse. When you work for everything you have, nothing get passed down, and you create your own path so that people can come behind you and you can teach them the way. This is how you break generational curses. This is how. This is how. This is how. Okay? So that's why, we'll go back to the beginning, you got to keep your head up. Tupac been telling us he's our ancestor now. So when I'm talking about the ancestors, I'm talking about Tupac too. Y'all don't know Tupac is an ancestor? Oh, I cracked myself up. Tupac is an ancestor, my Niji. He said keep your head up. He already told us, hey, they gonna have the money for the war, but they ain't gonna feed you. They gonna have money for everything except to help you. Because what happens when they help? Why would they help people who they had to burn what they had just to get on top? Why would I help? Why would I help those people? If I had to unalive these people, change their identity, do propaganda every day, make them feel like they was from somewhere else, hide their identity, do all this, you think I'm going to now give them money when I know when they had money before, their ecosystem was better than ours. They had way more resources. They did it way better. Why would I turn around and help you? I'm going to help all the people around the world, but I'm not going to help you. We should have been saw the sign. People, that's why they like, why y'all not marching? Because what the marching did it get us help? Did it help the kids? Is it making the homeless better? What is it doing? Granted, in the past, our ancestors did it, and they definitely got the ball rolling, but now we need to do something else. Like, when we do that, y'all want to use this as a way to shoot us, harm us. So we got to protect ourselves. You got to protect yourselves. You are so beautiful. Thank you very much. I get it from my mama. Get it from my mama. So yeah, keep your head up, my Niji. Never let them see you sweat. And that's my message for today. Okay? Granted, I didn't want to come on here because I'm still like missing my friend. And I'm going to be dealing with that for a minute. But I'm still going to be consistent because me and her, we was about our business. We was about grinding. So part of me is really, really sad. And the other part is like, I know T-Mac would be in my ear. You go, Sean. Like, she hyping me up. You go, Sean. I'm happy for you, girl. Like that type of energy. So I want to pass y'all some positive energy today. Let you know. Don't be scared because they can't feed the poor, but they starting wars and doing all this. You still going to be great. You still going to make it. You just got to keep your head where? Up. Not down. Not sad. Not moping. Not worried, not afraid, not in fear. You got to keep your head where? Up. Like the royalty that you are. Period. Okay? And that's from the doctor, the chiefess, the sunflower. Alright guys, so I just want to get on here quickly. I might come on here a little bit late because I am a stream behind. But right now, I just wanted to continue to show up, to pump that positive energy out there, to let my new followers and subscribers know that I'm so grateful. I met my goal on Twitch. Thank y'all. Y'all are the illest. And we definitely are growing on this Hood to Hood podcast. I'm here every day. I don't have a set time, but I am here every day. Unless I have a tragedy, then I might be a little delayed, but I'm still going to show up. I just have to get over, out of my feelings. I'm a Pisces, even though I don't really believe in zodiac signs anymore, but I'm a Pisces, so I'm hella emotional. I'm a crybaby. I know who I am, and I'm unapologetic about it. So I'm going to continue to show up, be my authentic self, and just pour into my tribe, period. So thank you guys for chatting with me today, making your rounds. The last one left on YouTube, Shakedown Brown. Thank you for checking in on Twitch. I appreciate that. And TTV, see ya. All you guys for chatting with me, my Twitch and my YouTube folks. But yeah, if you're watching this on a replay, make sure you share this broadcast. Make sure you like this broadcast, subscribe, and follow if you want to help me grow. If you don't do that and you just watch me and you don't ever engage after time, it actually hurts my channel. So I would prefer you just like unfollow me and don't watch me. No, I'm just kidding, but you know what I mean? Like, at least try to support the channel so that we continue to grow. Thank you for going live today. I enjoyed it. I'm so happy you enjoyed it, and thank you for joining me and keeping me company. The last one left. All right, guys. So this is Dr. Chiefess Sunflower, and I will see you all later. Have a beautiful Saturday. Unsubscribe and have your notifications on. Hearts. Bye, guys.